Your itinerary is being recalculated. Your destination is 1.5 miles away.
Come take a ride with us.
Yeah. What you know about top down in the Mustang, going about a buck 50 on the highway, in the fast lane, in the fast lane.
Okay.
What you know about just driving down the interstate, no destination in my way, in the fast
Hey,
lane,
I'll give him a yes if you ready.
in the fast lane.
Yes. Moving, cruising, trying to stay in my lane. Bye-bye to Mary Jane. Oh wow, how life changed for the better. Had to change gears cause I kept reversing back to my old ways, looking for the cheddar. I'm still chilling in the hood like an engine, but I'm just planting seeds trying to help the youth have a great beginning. Instead of getting drunk and spinning like some chrome rims, they need help. It's to the point they can't phone friends. Without the peer pressure, up in this dark world, we need high beams, don't get hit like a deer or squirrel. Through Christ we all can make it, just let him take the wheel. You feeling sleepy, don't crash, then go through the windshield. We love the fast lane, but sometimes gotta take it slow. You hear them 12s in the back, your trunk about to blow. My tank full, cause my cup is always overflowing. I master gas in the fast lane, you see me rolling.
Top down in the Mustang, going about a buck 50 on the highway, in the fast lane,
Riding with the team.
in the fast lane. What you know about just driving down the interstate, no destination in my way, in the fast lane, in the fast lane.
Cry.
Sometimes when I be riding, I just pray to the Father. Grateful to be chasing him instead of chasing the dollar. Cause this world is full of sharks as I be facing piranhas. I'm all about shalom, so I drive away from the drama. My eyes on the road, the Ruach gives a clear view. Leaving all the sin in my past in my rear view. Spreading this word to anybody who will seek help. And since I got the Torah, I don't really need a seatbelt. A student of the word, learning as I read. A servant of a higher, he supplies my every need. On a righteous journey, Messiah navigation. I just put the whip in gear, cause I know he my destination. It's liberating to break bread on the road. Everybody sharing strips, we all part of the fold. Iron sharpening iron, metal grinding, doing 90 on Abba's highway, and in this lane is where you'll
What you
find
know about top down in the Mustang, going about a buck 50 on the highway, in the fast lane,
Come take a ride with us.
in the fast lane. What you know about just driving down the interstate, no destination in my way, in the fast lane,
All praises.
in the fast lane.
You have
Shalom, 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 everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Truth Be Told Flex Podcast Extra. I will be your host for this evening. Ayo bin Yahoo. Sure, Yeshub is he'll be with us tomorrow on the regular show, but tonight, just as we do every month, and now y'all know every month we have our special guests on for our two-nighters. They sit down and chop it up with me. We get into their music, get into when they came into the truth and all that great stuff. Then on Wednesday, they're on the regular show when we talk about our current events, news, topics, and all that great stuff. So we're excited tonight to have our special guest, man. This guy is one of my favorite MCs in all Yasharal. You just heard one of my favorite cuts in the fast lane by him. And I if it was a tape, y'all remember back in the day how you used to play the tapes so much you pop the tape and have to tape it back. That tape would have been popped longer. Like the Goat Killer album, like the Awakening. Like this guy has so much music out for the Most High, pumping the Most High's name, making the Most High's name. We're excited to have him on. Everybody, without no further ado, we ain't gonna hold you up no longer. Without further ado, welcome our guy to the stage, Mr. Solemn Prophet in the building.
Shalom, shalom, brother. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Shalom, shalom.
Absolutely.
Peace, love, and light to everybody watching. I appreciate you for having me on here. It's an honor, brother. Thank you for all the kind words.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You
Yeah,
gassing me up, but I
nah,
appreciate it.
it's real. It's real. Listen, man, that Goat Killer project, and we're going to get into it. But the Goat Killer project, just the Benny the Butcher feature, like I didn't like. I looked today. I was like, wait a minute, this. I was like, he got Awakening, Volume 764, Colossians 3:16. Is it Love? And then Goat Killer. How many albums you got? Huh? How many albums? Like I'm like, man, this guy's categories and plethora of music. Like, how much? How much is it?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, no, yeah. So you got the transition. That
Transition.
was
Okay.
like my first album
The first
mixtape
one.
kind of thing, right?
Wow.
Then Collagens 316 was my first debut album,
Okay.
and then after that you had Awakening, and then you had Soul, then you had
Soul.
Heavy as the Head,
Kiss
and
me.
then you got Go Killer. So
Good
it's six.
gracious. Six albums. So yeah, his category is wild, you guys. I've been the last couple weeks, I just been diving and digging in. So we're glad to have you on, brother, and sit down with you and talk to you for a little bit. So first, let the truth be told audience know. So where are you from? Where did you grow up and raised? Where were you born?
Yeah. So originally I was born in Chicago, Illinois, raised in the Chi. Um, uh, been moving around a little bit since I became an adult because I joined the military. I just got out this year, so I've
Really?
been around to a couple different places, but now I'm in Florida.
Wow. What part of Florida? What part?
I'm in the Tampa area,
Tampa.
so like
Okay.
20 minutes away from Tampa.
Okay. What you know about Ybor City? Ybor City down there.
I heard about it. I don't know nothing about it. I'm a homebody.
Yo, look, me and you both. Me and you both, man. Well, all praises. I did not know you was in the military. All praises, man. So, Chicago, raised and born in the born and raised in the shop. Wow. So, first question: when did you come into the truth, and at what age? Like, what age do you know? Okay, I'm a rap. Like, I'm a be an MC. I'm gonna be an artist, music minister. So, what age would did you come into the truth? How many years you been in the truth? And then, what age did you start rapping? Did you know you want to rap?
Okay, so I've been in the truth now for going on 6 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, going on 6 years. And the age I was when I decided to rap, I want to say I was like 19, 20.
Really?
Yeah, because it was, I've always been a poet. Like, poetry has been my thing.
Okay.
As a kid, I'm talking going all the way back till I was like
Yeah.
6 years old.
Wow.
I've been writing poetry,
Wow.
right? Seventh grade, eighth grade, I was published in a book for poetry. Got the title professional poet. Back then, just kept writing poetry, but it was like a personal love, kind of like a hobby.
Okay.
And then that kind of just elevated into, working on music and actually rapping from some pushing that I got from a brother of mine who was dedicated to his craft. So he kind of woke that up in me. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow. Yeah, and see, that's like Yame is saying, you can tell in the music, and that's why I always love to ask our music ministers and artists at what age, because you can tell in your music you're seasoned. And that's the thing about becoming famous or being famous to make the most high's name famous. When you're spreading his message to the world, you know, they'll pick the world can pick you apart. They're gonna tell you everything wrong. They're
yeah,
gonna tell you everything you need to do. But since you've been writing and published as a young kid, it's kind of like you know the ropes, right? You know where to bend, where to fold, how to push the envelope. That's awesome. That's awesome that you started at a young age like that. Because but I'm fascinated you were a poet at that age, but didn't start rapping till you was 19. I thought you about to say, man, I've been rapping since I was 3. I was running
nah,
around in diapers holding the microphone.
I'm a late bloomer. I'm a late bloomer.
That's awesome.
I didn't even really get into like rapping until I graduated high school. and there was a young lady who I was interested in, and I would go over to her house, and her big brother, would be downstairs in the basement. So me and him got cool, and they would be doing ciphers in the basement.
Oh,
So we'd
okay.
be in the basement. I'd just be sitting on the couch listening to him and the guys, go around in the cipher, and I'd just be vibing. I was their biggest supporter, right?
Right, right, right.
Just supporting off to the side. And he's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "I done read some of your poetry, man. You should join the cipher." And I'm like, "Nah."
Right.
But a couple months later, he finally get me into it, and I started joining the ciphers and started liking it. And then I was like, "Okay, this is what's this is where it's going." He actually was the one who gave me my name, Prophet.
That was my
He
next
the one
question.
that gave it
That
to
was
me.
my next question. Where did you come up with the name? So he gave you the name Prophet. You started the ciphers. You got interested, like, okay, I could do this. He gave you the name Prophet. Now, was it Solemn Prophet later on? Okay.
Yes. So you mentioned a couple albums earlier,
Okay.
like Love, and I think
Yes.
another album. And what was happening was when I started to send my music out to the mainstream, I was getting mixed up with this other artist called Prophet. And so since they was mixing our music and stuff up, I done sent all kind of emails and call folks to try to get it set. I said, let me just change the name to make it unique only to me,
Right.
and that's where you got Solemn from. Most I put it on my
Wow.
heart to go with the word solemn, like a solemn sound or a
Yes.
solemn assembly, and I put that with Prophet to kind of separate me, but it also has significance as
Yes,
well.
I see that. I see the significance. And you do, as far as an MC, especially in Yasharal, you do have a set apart sound. It's like in the fast lane. As soon as I hear it, I know what it is. I'm like, okay. As soon as I hear the yin and yang, I listen to the yin and yang like 3 or 4 times. Like, my goodness. What, with that being said, how important is it to have your own unique sound? We know it's important, but we know Yasharal backs you. Yasharal is need to be encouraged. How important is it to be separated? Because we know those listeners that are in the world that's living and seeing. How important is it to you to have your create your own sound?
Well, initially, it was important for me because I was trying to be the best MC I could be. It was competition, that
Right.
natural. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where the Goat Killer album's coming from,
Okay.
right? Um, but when you're looking at it from just being within Israel,
Yeah.
it's important to have your own sound because one, if you don't sound like anyone else, a lot of times your music isn't associated with everybody else,
Right.
and that opens the door and the avenue. So you can have people in the truth come and listen to your music, but you can also have people from the secular world come and
That's
listen to
it.
your music,
Right.
and there might be some things that they might identify, right? Because not all of my music and my sound isn't just that hood.
Right.
So you can play my music in the hood, but you can also play my music in a corporate office,
Come
and
on.
it'll still resonate with somebody. So
Come on. Great
yeah.
answer. Great answer. Because like you said, you have to be able to relate. I think a lot of times as Israelite artists, we may get bound or caught up into just making one unique sound for Israel without thinking like, wait a minute, they're in the truth. We trying to reach people that don't that be like, well, who did you say? What name? You didn't say God or you didn't say Jesus. You said this
Right.
name or Yahuwah or Yahweh or Yahushua. Who is that? And they start asking questions. Like you said, it could be in the hood, the thugs riding down the street, stream of tears, crying because now they hear this solemn prophet dude, and the Most High has been jugging on them to get right, or that suit and tie guy in the corporate office that done came across your music. So that's very important. That was a great answer, man. So that leads me to my next question. I've recently seen where we talking about reaching the mass, reaching the world, bro. I just recently seen where you celebrating and congratulations, applause, and all praise to the Most High. You celebrating 3.5 million listeners on Spotify. That's, bro. When I seen that, I'm like, yo.
All
So
praises. We done
tell
came a
me,
long way.
I was just going to say, I just how long just the journey itself, what would you say your biggest moment into reaching the masses? What would you say your woe moment with the Most High? What was a moment in the last 5 years that he just showed you and just showed out and that he was truly real as far as your music and your career is concerned?
As far as the music, man, And there's a couple different moments.
Mm-hmm.
One of the moments was with my first album, Colossians 3:16. I didn't realize like the amount of people it was impacting. I put I put it out and I was like come buy my CD and go
Right,
stream
right,
it
right, right,
but I didn't know nothing really about like marketing or
right,
anything like that. I was just putting it out on Facebook, selling CDs out the trunk.
right.
I was in the military, so we get through doing PT physical workout. I go to the trunk, pop the
I
trunk, and be
did
like, "Yo, come check
like
this
you
out."
did.
But then I talked to a sister, and she told me that she listened to the entire album and that she took it to her pastor, and the pastor liked it, and they started playing it at their congregation and various events and different things like that. And I was like, wow, the impact is a lot bigger than I thought it was. And then fast forward like maybe 3 years later, just one song on that album had over 175,000 streams by itself.
Crazy.
And I didn't really check on it like
Right,
that. I put the music out there, and I
right.
don't do the music for the money. So even the account that was associated with the
Mm-hmm.
money, I mean with my music,
Mm-hmm.
I would go, 4, 5, 6 months without even checking in on it to see how it's doing. And so when I went in and see, I was like,
How is that possible?
how did I get all this? you know,
Wow.
absolutely.
Wow.
And then a more recent
Mm-hmm.
moment was with the album Soul, even though it was 2 albums
Mm-hmm.
ago. So I guess not that recent, but another sister hit me up. Y'all sisters, y'all make big
Listen,
impacts on me. I just
yes.
want y'all to know that, right? Shout out to the
The
sisters for
sisters
real.
out there.
Man, but yeah, so she hit me up. She said she listened to the entire album and she wept. And
Wow.
that touched me. She wept. She said, "This is what people need to be hearing." And I was humbled, man.
Wow.
It touched me. It touched me.
That's
And to this day,
awesome.
that's one of my best sisters, man.
Wow.
From that, we definitely developed a good strong bond off of that,
Right.
and I give all praises to the Most High
Wow.
for being able to, because I know if she felt that way, then others must have felt
That's
that
it.
way.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's awesome that you said that, because a lot of times as artists or music ministers, we don't think about the impact. Like you said, we don't. You just, the Most High call us to put this album out. Here's the name.
Mm,
Here's the artwork. Boom. Here it is. And then, like you said, you check months later. Well, like, wait a minute, that can't say 170,000 streams. So then people start coming to you like, we playing it in the congregation. Yo, I listened to the whole album and I wept. And like you said, shout out to our sisters, because our women, as being emotional creatures that the Most High made them, they have a tendency to pour out the soul when it comes to music, especially music. Men, we try to play this hard. I ain't gonna cry. I'm gonna be tough, and I love the music, but I ain't gonna cry. But our women, our sisters, they let it go,
yeah.
and they'll express like, listen, like that moved me. So that's awesome that the bond with our brothers and sisters as a music minister, that you have that. With that being said, now
Hmm.
you said those are two moments. So inside those two moments, I want to ask you,
Okay.
on that Soul album, what was your most creative song? The song that you had the most fun creating?
On Soul,
Yeah,
ooh,
it's a good question. You got to make it think back, right?
I had the most fun. Honestly, I had the most fun creating the interludes. I like to take my audience on a journey and paint a picture. And with Soul, the way I brought in the album, the way I had the sound effects, like I'm walking through the city and I found Soul Gym and we go in and then I'm talking to the Ak while we getting ready to play basketball. That I thought that was like I had a lot of fun making that. That yeah.
Yeah, awesome. And see, that's what I also want to say that. So let's talk about that for a second. Let's stay right there. You don't see a lot of interludes anymore on albums. You start to see it come back a little, and that's what I want to commend you on. Is a huge thing that a lot of our young artists do not catch. They just get 10 songs or 20 songs and mixtape and just drop them. The interludes shows your character and your personality.
Hmm.
Where do you think, as hip hop, even in the secular, as a the dope MC that you are, and doing the interludes and the character personality,
Hmm.
do you think the industry is that something that the industry is lacking to win more souls? Do you think in Israel we need to do more of putting character personality, or do you think we're okay with where we are? Like, where do you see with the character and personality in our music, the far as reaching the masses? Do we need more, less?
I think I would say more because see the thing about what an interlude or what they call them skits, right?
Skits, yeah,
You can dig a lot deeper without having to limit the message from trying to make a good song or trying to make certain lines rhyme.
great
You can
answer.
just speak on it. You can create a scene in your interlude that really captures the message that you want to send out, and it sets the tone for the album. So whether you started with you started with the interlude right for the intro, that sets the tone for all the album, all the tracks after that. Maybe you might have something in the middle. I've done that before.
Yes,
Or maybe you do one in the beginning and one in the end and let the end track, really truly capture everything that you were trying to convey in your music because people aren't listening to albums all the way through anymore. They go to check out your album. They might play it all the way through, but a lot of times they're picking. They go track 2, track 7, track 9, track
that's it.
13. And if you only listening to that, they might miss what you were trying to get across. So I would say more, but it just depends on the artist
Okay,
too, because it
yeah,
some artists are more creative than others, and sometimes if you got too many interludes or the interludes don't really make sense, it can kind of take
take
away
away.
from the album. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome answer. Yeah, yeah. I may in the audience said you can literally imagine the scene in the interludes too. Exactly. That's it. Like you just said, painting a picture. I mean, it literally is artist. Like we artists, music artists. So you literally paint the picture for the audience without painting the picture. That's like going back to what's the Biggie song? 5:46 in the morning. I wipe the
Oh
coat out
yeah.
my. Anytime that song came on, before the video even came out, I seen that video. It
Right.
was like, and I compare that because I'm speaking with you. All of your songs when they come on, I see it as you're painting the picture, and
All
that's
praises.
important. All praises, because once again, we have and y'all just heard it, y'all. Everybody watching and listening, you just now. Solemn Prophet just dropped gems on y'all on how to set tempo for your album. So young folks, Diddy, Chris Lighty, them boys, they're not gonna tell you them secrets. He just ran down on how to really do this thing, and that's important. That as I wouldn't say OGs because we're not. I wouldn't say OGs. I would just say we've been in. You've got some music under your belt, so you've been in the game a little while, so you know what's going on. So that's truthfully great answer. Very very important. All right, before we go to our next music break, the next music break or the first music break is "I'm Yours." That's on the Goat Killer album.
Okay.
What is the before we go to that song? What was the inspiration behind that song?
Oh man. My Ak, man, we were sitting there talking about music and how oftentimes when we were in Israel, we try to get so far away from Christianity that we do the music too. So the gospel music we try to throw away too. But even though they call them on different names and they coming from a certain understanding or doctrine or perspective, when you do that though, you miss true worship. And we were talking about the lack of true worship in our music now in Israel. And so we was sharing different gospel songs that we enjoy. And he put me on this song called You Know My Name by Tasha Cobbs.
Okay.
And you
Wow.
know, the song, obviously the song's powerful,
Right. Right.
but when I listened to the song, it took me to a completely different place.
Wow.
It took me to a humble place, to where the Most High, He is my creator, He is my Father, He knows my name,
Yes.
He formed me with His hands,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
that's why the artwork you see Adam being formed with the dust.
Yes.
And so
Wow.
I just went through this spirit of wanting to just acknowledge that,
Wow.
right? And I started writing, and the song "I'm Yours" came, and it was just amazing. And
Wow.
I just I wanted to really capture that moment that took me back when I first heard "You Know My Name"
Touch cause wow,
Yeah,
wow, that's powerful. That's awesome. You're right, man. Because like you said, oftentimes in Israel, the worship is not. It's just music. It's just a song, and it got a nice hook, and it got a bop to it, and we dance, and we. But then at the end of the day, is it is it making? Is it bringing salvation? Is it bringing folks in? So you're right. That element, most definitely, we have to get that back. And not saying that it's gone completely. Like you said, we
right.
need to do a little bit more of it, right? We need to do more of it and bring that element back. So we're gonna go to this break. I'm yours by Solemn Prophet. Let's go ahead and you want to introduce the song right quick, bro?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Appreciate you. So this is I'm Yours by yours truly, Solemn Prophet. Hope you guys enjoy.
Let's get it.
Yeah. Sometimes we forget who we belong to. Solemn Prophet. Told the Abba, you're so amazing, you're so exalted in high places. You full of mercy in all phrases. I give you worship, so all praises. Foreign with the bars, I be rapping all the way from Guam. Greet the prophet, Shalom with a shalom. Brothers lacking heart, I know that's why they love soft. Abba maybe with his bare hands, take the gloves off. My heavenly pension compounding, so my interest raw. Fabric of the kings, I'm just cut from a different cloth. Been in the truth 4 years, ain't no stopping me. Flow unique, so why excel? No document can copy me. Chronological bars, I'm spitting history. I'm 101, you better be respectful when you mention me. Spiritual bloodline of Ruach is my ethnicity. I'm so official, Torah is my stamp of authenticity. Told the Abba, you're so amazing, you're so exalted in high places. You full of mercy in all phrases. I give you worship, so all praises. Told the Abba, you're so amazing, you're so exalted in high places. You full of mercy in all phases. I give you worship, so all praises. Yeah, you know it's back to the basics. We opening the eyes of the blind like it's LASIK. It's too many brothers that's lost and they can't see the truth, so we wake them like the Matrix. Formed in the belly, that's a holy gestation. Elohim met since I was with him at creation. High up on the sparrow, ain't no pupil dilation. Not about a higher, cut them off, amputation. Joseph minded everything I do, I'm blessed in. Goat of this craft, cause I always put my best in. They sleeping on my talent like the West End, so I spit bars like a new Smith and West End. No free will, he the potter, we the clay dough. And this rap crazy, yeah, my Adonai don't play though. Penmanship fresh, I be writing like a new print. Created by a higher, the schematic and the blueprint. Told the Abba, you're so amazing, you're so exalted in high places. You full of mercy in all phrases. I give you worship, so all praises. Told the Abba, you're so amazing, you're so exalted in high places. You full of mercy in all phrases. I give you worship, so all praises. Told the Abba, you're so amazing, you're so exalted in high places. You full of mercy in all phrases. I give you worship, so all praises. All praises to the Most High. Lyrical Entertainment Ministries. Shalom, family.
Look at that. You see, I'm still going just with the stank face. That's
I was gonna cut it, and then I heard that beat. I'm like, man, I gotta let that play out.
See, that's a true MC. That's a true music lover MC. When you want to cut off, you're like, nah, they got to feel them hi-hats just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. Listen, that's an awesome cut, man. Like you said before, the worship in the songs, in the music has to be there. I want to ask you this. Truth Talk Radio. Tell us a little bit about that. When did you start that?
2009. Yeah, it's been a minute. Now it's had different names, but
Okay.
I made that channel in 2009, sharing music, ministry, you know. Um, yeah, we got like 300 and some videos, man. We,
Wow.
going over. We do Shabbat talk every week, so
Okay.
every Shabbat we out there. We doing different, covering different topics.
Okay. Okay.
Going into the different things. But yeah, so one stop shop for everything ministry.
Wow, True Talk Radio. That's awesome, man. So y'all heard it. If you ever needing to go online and seek a good lesson, you just heard it right here, man, on the weekends. Truth Talk Radio. I'll put the link in the description before when we leave. So y'all can go tap in with the brother, man. If you
So
need a good lesson and tap in. Question. What do you think the biggest misconception about truth music or truth artists is? What you think the biggest thing that the world may get wrong about us when they see us? What do you think that is?
the biggest misconception.
Yeah, because a lot of times, I think the world, they see the street corner preaching, they see the street preaching, and then they just have this one lane perception. So when they hear, the different terminologies, Hebrew Israelite, they get turned off. But do you think like the fact, because there's a lot of I have a family, we have children, aunts and uncles in the true, we have families. Do you think like do you think that the world sees us as just like a biker gang type thing, or you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, a
Yeah.
lot of people what do you think that it is? How they view us?
Well, in regards to the music specifically, I don't think they take us seriously
Seriously.
because we're such a small genre, right? We're in our own lane,
Gotcha.
but if you're gonna associate us with anything, it's like gospel or Christian.
Gotcha.
You know,
Gotcha.
if it's the R&B, it's still gospel or Christian. If it's rap, then you got the gospel rap, right?
Right.
But even within gospel rap, and gospel rap has gotten a lot bigger.
Right,
We're
yes.
still a small little lane, so
Right.
they don't really. I don't think that we get the exposure that we deserve, and
Right.
they don't look at us like it's significant enough to even
Check
gain
out.
their attention.
Right.
But I agree with you. As a whole, just music aside, as a whole, there is a negative stigma
Right.
that is associated with us. So even if we're saying something that's absolutely 100% true, it's kind of like we're wearing that scarlet the scarlet letter on us, and so it makes people more weary of about keying in on what we're saying in the message and what our ministries are actually geared towards, as opposed to the negative conception that they've seen when they typed in Hebrew Israelite on Google or typed in Hebrew Israelite on YouTube and seen the first 5 videos. With 3 of them is people bashing us, and then the other 2 is we got some of our people out here acting reckless.
Okay.
So and it makes us all look bad. So
Okay. That's what. Okay. Right. And see, like you said, the music side, I just think we're growing, and the name is getting out there, but right now, so today, it's still a small genre. So like you said, a lot of rap artists or music artists like that's in the industry, they don't take us, they're like, oh, who is that? Oh, okay, and they pass by it. But do you think that'll change soon? Do you think it's still going to be a little while down the road? What do you think? Do you think we're ready for that as a nation of artists and families and people? Do you think we're ready for that spotlight? Is some ready? All of us ready?
Yeah.
What do you think?
yeah, you got it right there.
Okay,
I was waiting on that to
please.
come. I was waiting on that. Some people are ready, and
Okay,
some ain't.
okay,
I'm gonna be real. Some ain't.
Okay.
Some of my ox and akutees, I'm like, yeah, y'all can just stay in the back for a little bit
Chill in
longer.
the back,
But
right? Okay.
I do think some of us is ready. I do think that, but to get there, the time in terms of timeline, you need more of us breaking out into that mainstream, not changing who you are, but breaking out into the mainstream. Like, for example, one of the biggest, and he's opened a lot of doors, I'm sure, Eshawn
Yes.
Burgundy, because I listened to him
Yes.
back when he was just a standard Christian
Right,
gospel rapper.
right.
And then he came into the truth, and he's still making music,
Right.
and he's still doing his
Right.
thing, and that opens up the lane for other people.
Right.
He. I don't know if you heard this, but on his latest album, he had Hezekiah as a feature. That was
That's
huge.
Yes, I heard that.
that was huge for the culture.
Yes.
So more of that.
Yeah.
I think that'll put us more on people's radar, and then they'll start seeing like, yo, these brothers and sisters are
Yep.
talented, and they're talking about the truth of the Bible
Right.
and this and that,
Right.
and it's gonna bring more people in, and then ain't gonna be nothing they can do to stop us.
Right.
You're gonna see when you go to Spotify, it's gonna say hip hop, R&B, gospel, Christian,
Truth music.
truth.
There you go. Truth music.
It's gonna be
It's gonna be
right
right there as a genre. And thank you for sharing that. I do feel more collabs like the Eshawn Burgundy and Hezekiah record. As far as their following just on YouTube alone, that's not accounting Twitter, Facebook, just on YouTube alone is massive. So with them doing, I think in a couple hours, you have your secular artists within hours, it's like 247,000 hits. So with them two on their respective channels, with them being right behind it, it's kind of like you look at your phone like, oh, okay. 3 hours, 117,000 hits. As far as now, we know it's not all about clicks and views, but like you said, we're competing with the world. We're trying to get the name of the Most High out there so the world will know it. It's got to reach the four corners. So like you said, some brothers and sisters, y'all have to stay back there, but there are our leaders such as yourself, Eshawn Burgundy, Hezekiah, you got Lovins, you got all different types of, in the R&B sector, in the hip hop sector that is starting to become, monologue my God, not just rappers or singers, starting to become leaders. With that being said, leading me into the leading aspect, the Unity and Survival Coalition. Let's get into that. When did you what's that mission? What is the mission for that?
Yeah, so the mission is to gather us up and put together a body. And when I say body, I mean a body.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Of like-minded believers, because we know what the scriptures are talking about.
Right.
We know the tribulation is coming. We know those who endure to the end will be saved.
Yes.
Right. And so we coming together. We're sharing information. We're sharing resources. And then we're gonna, get some land and cultivate that land and become a fully self-sustaining off-grid community. And that's the ultimate goal, and that's what we doing it. The Most High put it on my heart back in 2019.
Wow.
But me being stiff-necked and hard-headed, I was focusing on the military and my music, and I put it up on the shelf, and he kept bringing me back to it, kept poking me.
That's what he
And
did.
so I finally was like, yes, Abba, and I made it the priority. And so now, we got members all over the country, and we're gearing up to actually make some big moves here.
Wow, y'all heard it first, man. Unity and Survival Coalition. Yeah, I've been, like I said, I've been just kind of looking over your profiles and stuff, man. What you're doing is just amazing, bro. And that's what, when I had a not a lesson, what I call chosen conversations on YouTube, and I talked just having a conversation with the chosen ones. And one of the questions the other week was, what if not saying he will, but if the Most High snatched our singing and rapping gift from us, what would we have? You know what I'm saying? And you got your Truth Talk Radio, you got the Unity and Survival Coalition, like building and cultivating land, building an actual body, a coalition. That's what a body of like-minded brews to say, listen, we may not have it all now, but we're striving to one day have it all. I commend you, bro. That's
all praises. Thank you.
Because, man, there's so many, I tell people all the time, especially our young folks, it's the competition in the world is so fierce. There's a million Travis Scotts. There's a million little Uzi Verts. There's millions of them that pop up every day on SoundCloud and get a record deal. And that's who we're competing against. Not diminishing those I just named that they can't, not saying they can't rap, but look who they represent.
Well, it's okay. I'll say it. A lot of them is trash. A lot of them is dog water.
Crazy. And they get these deals and they get millions in their pocket. And then you see them on a McDonald's commercial pushing a favorite combo meal. So it's like, and then they on Sprite and Starry, and it's like once again, and I tell a lot of the young artists, this is what you're up against. It's a monster. It's a conglomerate. So why can't we have that same type of coalition for the Most High, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, they not gifted, they're not talented, they can't rap, they can't sing, throw some auto tune, and they in there. So leading into that, talking about you know the life that you're leading into, right? If you were to, would you put the microphone down? Is there a chance? Are you going to keep doing this and ministering and rap? Or are you gonna say, hey, I got a unity and survival coalition, Truth Talk Radio, I got to build those? Are what you thinking, bro? What we got in the future?
Well, I almost put it down. Soul
Really?
was almost my last album. Yeah, man. When I tell you the Most High truly convicted me about, not playing around with the coalition and really focusing on it and getting it started, it was hard. So I said, we'll see, and I just kept
Right.
praying on it. And he just kept giving me inspiration to make more music. And so I'll keep making music as long as I can, right? Depending on the state of this world, we might not have
Right.
power in certain things, stuff like that. But
It is.
as long as I can make music, I'll be making music. It might come out less and less because the more we get out to this land, a lot of my time is gonna be dedicated, you know, hammering nails. You
Right,
know what I'm
right,
saying, getting
right,
out there.
right.
But I'm gonna always try to
Okay.
be an artist because that music is a part of the ministry. It's
Yes.
a full ministry.
Yes.
So
Okay. Cool. Cool. Awesome. Y'all heard it right there, man. So if Solemn get missing for a little bit, don't think he out there putting that, cultivating that land, getting them gardens growing, getting this stuff together.
yeah, I ain't forgot about y'all.
That's awesome because we love your music, man. Everybody in the audience like your music and the message and the love and the passion and the zeal for the Most High you have, bro. Is just like I said, when I listen to your music, it's not just a song, it's not just rap. It is pieced together, and then you got the personality and character in it, and it blossomed to a beautiful thing for the Most High, man. So please don't stop making music. Please, unless the Most High say so. Unless he say
Don't
so.
worry. Yeah, if he
say
come
so,
down to say so, I'm sorry,
yeah,
y'all.
he's
But
sorry. Yeah, right. With that being said, have you ever? Because I know I have. Have you ever, or when was the time, if there was, that you experienced writers or creators block and had to
oh
truly fast and pray to get back in the groove of things? Was there ever a time?
yeah, absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. One of them reasons is Goat Killer,
Mm,
right? Goat Killer, the album. If you listen to it all the way through, yeah, you hear the
yep.
competitive, right?
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
killing all the goats, the so-called
Yep.
goats, right?
Greatest of all times and all.
Greatest of all time, right?
Right.
But then at the end, if you listen to the last song, Obituary, and you
Habitual.
really listen to what I'm saying in there, I noticed that competitive nature in me was holding me back from being the artist who I was truly meant to be for the Most High.
Mm,
And I noticed that even though I was still ascending, like because I don't feel like I'm in my prime right now
right.
either. Anyway,
Right.
but I feel like I was hitting a barrier to where I wasn't growing like I wanted to be growing in terms of my voice, my lyrics, my music, my ministry. And so once I let that go and put away trying to be the best and being recognized as the best and all of this, I was able to just shoot up
Mm,
because the whole album wasn't just done in order. Obituary was actually one of the songs I did in the middle of the album,
really?
and that let other songs,
Mm-hmm.
right, let other songs be born, right. And so,
Right. Wow.
but yeah, absolutely, I've had
Writer's
writer's
block.
block.
Now, with that being said, do you think the order and the placement is that could? Because I believe it can be. The order and placement of an album can be a deal breaker. What do you think about that? Like you said, you did Obituary in the middle, but it ended up being last, and it helped tell a story. Like, do you believe? Okay, all right,
Absolutely,
okay,
absolutely. I give my fellow artists, especially if you're an up and coming artist, I give you a nice gem right here. So
drop
you wanna put your tracks in a specific order, right? You don't want to put all your bangers in the front. I know that's a common misconception, but if you put all your bangers in the front and you get through with them 6, 7 songs,
Where else do you have to
and
go?
rest of the album fall out, you're gonna lose a lot of interest,
Wow.
right? And then people, they might stream those individual songs, but you're gonna lose. So what you want to do is you want to start strong, and then you want to kind of put some songs after that that's gonna keep that momentum, not make it tailor off, and then put some more bangers in there, and then the momentum is kept throughout the entire. You want to make an album that they can press play on track one and let that thing play all the way through to the end while they riding or anything like that. You don't want any interruptions. If they can't play your album all the way through, then it's a problem.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind for sure.
Boy, hey, we're gonna have to drop one of Sherry's bombs on that one. We got to drop listen, we got to drop a bomb on that. Y'all, any up and coming artist, whether old, young, whatever, you just heard it. Song placement is key. Because
It is.
if you got all your bangers, the first 6, 7 songs are bangers, and then the other 10 are mediocre or fall off, you might.
No sabotaging! No sabotaging! No sabotaging!
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead, bro. Oh, you gotta get the periods. You good?
Gotta love the kiddos.
I was just saying, got to get the period. Look, I thought it was one of the things I was looking like. Did I press play on something? But yeah, song placement though is like key, and like I said, like you were saying, if you put all your bangers up front, if you got, say you got 14 songs, and the first 5 songs is just, and then the rest is, you might as well just had a 5-song EP, and that could have been, that EP. Yo, these 5 songs on so and so album is dope. What are we gonna see next? Then that could have propelled you to the next album. So song placement is key. Like you said, you want to be able to push play and let that thing ride. Yeah, man. That like somebody said, Goat Killer's definitely top 5 albums of the year. What you think about that? Listen. I know there's a lot of hip hop out there, especially in Yasharal, but we're gonna talk about that next, as far as Benny the Butcher and Griselda. But I'll put from top to bottom, Goat Killer is one of my favorites because I really feel like the song placement, it told a testimony. It told a story. And what it said to me is a lot of these goats, so-called goats, they say they're the greatest of all time because of just lyrics, or the greatest of all time because of just fashion. Really? And you just like killed them because you had, it was like, it told a testimony, like giving them like let me give y'all the blueprint. Okay. Y'all talk about being GOAT. So with that being said, the Yin and Yang song with Benny the Butcher. Everybody, if y'all don't know, Benny the Butcher is one of the top MCs in the game with the group Griselda. How did you get that feature out? That was huge. And I'm gonna go ahead and ask. I'm sure you probably got a little pushback from. Did you get any pushback from Yasharal or Israel with that feature?
Surprisingly, no. Surprisingly, no. I was ready for it. I was ready.
Okay,
for
I
it.
was all right.
I was ready for it, and
Okay.
yeah, but surprisingly, I didn't get much pushback. I got one question, and the question was why did I feel like as though I needed to do that? And then when I gave them an answer, they were like, "Okay, I'm good with it." And then I didn't nothing else.
All right, I'm gonna put you on the spot here. What was the answer? Boom, there it is. See, I can't let you get out of here unscathed. What was the answer you said?
No, it's okay. Yeah. I was really I was looking into Lecrae because I listened to Lecrae,
yes.
and I know Lecrae got a whole lot of flack from the Christian the Christian hip hop community, right? Now I know a little bit. You could kind of say he wanted to assimilate with the secular more so than be a light to him, but that's somebody else's personal opinion.
Right.
But I saw what he was trying to do.
Come on.
Right, I saw what he was trying to do, and if Benny the Butcher makes a song, right, and he puts it out, it might get, like you say, 3 hours, 4 hours, 100 some hits. Right. But that's all people who from the secular world gonna listen out and check it out. I put a song out, and in 3 hours it get 4 hits. You see what I'm saying? So if I partner with these top artists and MCs in the secular world, not only am I being a light to them with the music, but I'm also being a light to their audiences, their
Come on,
genres, and their fan
man.
bases. So I'm sneaky, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm being wise as a
That,
serpent
come
and
on,
harmless
there
as
you
a
go.
dove. I'm being
There you
sneaky with
go.
it to bring more souls to the Most High, and that was the reason why I did the song. And that song actually inspired the next project I'm doing coming out next year
All
for
right.
sure.
That
But
was my
yeah,
next question before we get into this last song and let you go. What's the cause? Listen, like I said, I listen to Yin and Yang about 4 or 5 times a day. I'm from the beat, the track, the delivery, and once again, what's important, guys. We say this on this channel all the time. We've reached now. There's new people in the awakening every day. Married, young, old, male, female. There's new coming into the truth. What's important is to reach the world, y'all, the ones that haven't heard the truth. And where are they? They are in those markets. Like you said, a Benny
yeah,
put the song in 3 hours, Griselda, they may get 117,000 hits. And then the next day, it might be close to a meal. So if he's on a track with Solemn Prophet, people are going to be like, wait a minute, who is that? They're going to go type that name in. And they're going to hear In the Fast Lane. And they're going to hear The Awakening. And they're going to hear Colossians 3:16. But like, wait a minute. Then guess what they're going to do? They're going to go read Colossians 3:16.
yeah,
That's what it's all about, being the light. Like you
yeah.
said, being the salt of the earth. So,
Well, you just said it. Since you done said it,
oh,
go
okay.
ahead. I'll go ahead and tell you. The name of that EP is called Light. The Light EP.
Come on,
That's
man.
that's what it's called.
Come
And
on,
it's
man.
for that exact reason. That exact reason is why I did
Come
it.
on, man.
And I do you one better. I do you one better. I
Come
can't
on,
tell you
man.
all the tracks. I can't tell
Okay.
you all the
See,
tracks.
y'all getting exclusive
But
stuff only
I'm
on Truth Be Told Best Podcast Extra with Solemn Prophet. Spill it out.
exclusively
Exclusive. Come
exclusively
on,
here.
man.
You heard it first. The next single coming out is gonna be with Lil Wayne. I'm just saying.
Bro,
Y'all check it
man,
out. Stay tuned.
you got
Yes,
Weezy on
sir.
it.
I got Wheezy on the track.
Wow. That's huge. That's huge, y'all. And once again, that's a whole nother type of audience that at this time in the awakening, they need to see. Like, wait a minute, Israelites, ain't that always the dude that be kissing the boots and all that? Da, 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 da. You know how the word that, come on, now, that's what they
Yeah.
saying. Like, we just
Come get this truth.
come
No
get this
boot kissing.
right. Come on, they're gonna be
You
like,
know what I'm saying?
come on, that's huge, that's big. So, okay, so you got the Unity and Survival Coalition. All right. You got True Talk Radio. You got a catalog of music that is just amazing. Once again, as audiences, people in the audience are saying, Go Killer could be top 5 album of the year. I'll give it that. I'll put it in the top 5. Far as from top to bottom, push and play, the whole theme, the whole artistry, the lyrics, the delivery, the music. I'll give it that. So, with that being said, the EP The Light, single with Lil Wayne. What's gonna be your theme as far as the name Light being? Like, what are you like? What's your mission for this album? What's your theme for this album coming up?
The theme is more of an extension of Yin and Yang. Yin and Yang is the reason why this EP even exists. And so when I was able to link up with, you know, certain artists and get access to these mainstream artists, I was like, we got to maximize this. And so the album is kind of like you said, we being a light to the rest of the world. We're being a light to the Gentiles. We're being a light to show them the love of the Most High, because you get more, you attract, what they say, you attract more flies with honey than you do with vinegar.
That's it.
Right?
That's it.
So if you come in with them and you showing love instead of saying y'all going to hell or y'all gonna burn because y'all not following these law, statutes, and commandments, hold on, let me show you. The law, statutes, and commandments tell me to show you love. So let me show you love. And then you like, man, why are you so loving? Why are you so inviting, right? Let me learn from you and what you got going on, because you going through all of these things, but you still got a smile on your face. You still grateful. You still praising the Most High. What is it about that? I want that.
Wow.
And then they come in and they, you know, then they're a light, and now they can go out and do the same work. So that's what the EP is for.
Wow, boy, y'all getting that exclusive stuff on the. Listen, that's awesome, Art. I cannot wait to hear that. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Wow, great breakdown and explanation. So before we go, before we introduce this last song, which is or that song is going to take us out, Tapped In, featuring Sinatra's.
Yeah.
Before we talk about that, before we get out of here,
Mm-hmm.
because I know you got to go. You got business to handle. We got a businessman in the building, y'all.
We good. We good.
Okay.
We good. I
We good
made
for a little bit?
space.
Okay.
Yeah, we good. You don't
Okay,
gotta rush.
so tell us about your new website you just launched. I seen the trailer the other day. Is it Lim Official? Lim
Yeah,
Official?
LEM, Lyrical
LEM.
Entertainment Ministries. Just
Okay.
for LEM for short.
Okay.
LEM Official.
LM Official.
And,
What's that about?
yeah.
Talk a little bit about
It's
that.
it's a one-stop shop. I've been working on this for a while. And it's a one-stop shop for everything. So you can go to the website, you can look up my artist profile, you can get access to all my singles, all my albums, right? But you can also go and get access to the YouTube channel, you know what I'm saying? True Talk Radio. You can get that, you can see all of the videos and do everything and see the purpose behind what we do, right? Then there's the biblical studies, right? All the lessons and stuff. A lot of it we cover in Shabbat Talk, but a lot of times, people can't catch a video or something. They need something written down for them that they can go and add to their studies. So you have those biblical studies up there. You have my graphic design business, LEM Designs, right? Logos, posters, all of the artwork, including the artwork you see behind me, I do myself because it's cheaper when you know how to do it yourself as opposed to paying somebody else to do it.
Yes.
That first album, The Transition, I was trying to go big and go hard. I hired a graphic designer to do that. He charged me $375
Really?
just for the artwork for the album. Wow. And I was like, never again. I gotta learn how to do this. And so it did. I learned how to do it. You know what I'm saying? So whether you need a business card design, logos, video editing, posters, like you name it. You know what I'm saying? If you need writing, because I write. This is my thing, writing. I published a book in 2017. I can write. You know what I'm saying? So if you need writing, any type of any of those services, we got you. You can go to the website and get access to that. Also have my coalition on the website. And then you also have my financial services section on the website. And we do everything on there from helping you plan a budget, eliminate your debt, increase your credit score, set up a financial legacy for you and your family, set up proper protection. If you die and you don't have a proper will in place, and even if you do have a will, that doesn't mean that your stuff isn't still going to go to probate court, right? A lot of our brothers and our sisters, we're dying and they don't have proper insurance. So now you got to put up a GoFundMe account or go do a car wash, or y'all selling plates because they didn't properly, plan and get that covered. It's hard enough losing a loved one.
Right.
But now you gotta go through that grief of losing them. Now you stressing because you don't know how to pay for it.
Wow.
Running up your credit cards, putting you in debt. Now your credit score in the trash. You trying to rebound. We got all of that covered. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. LEM Official. So you heard it, guys. Finance, graphic design, and show you, man. Solemn Prophet. He do it all, y'all. This guy, man. Listen, good gracious. That's what I'm talking about. And that's once again, like we were saying earlier. Even if you stop emceeing today, you have those things to take care of your family. You have those things in place to offer to your family, your nation of people. You have those things in place where somebody would actually have to come and be like, bruh, I need you for a feature. I need you to design the artwork. I need you to help me with my budget. Like you said, it's a one-stop shop.
Shop.
That's what you got to be able to offer, especially like I said in Yasharal, man, into the world. The world sees this stuff once they get acclimated to this truth music genre, and they start seeing, okay, they just don't rap or sing. They got businesses. Like they got families, they got husband, wives, children. So you was in the military and now you emceeing? Oh, you was a poet at 6? See, the world don't know that stuff. And that's the misconception. They think we just marching on the street, telling the people to kiss our boots, but they don't see that real side. So all praises for that, man. I know I keep saying one last question before we go to music break, but I'm enjoying this. I hope y'all enjoying it. I hope the audience is enjoying it. Shouts to Sister Delta and the Light Hebrew
Yes,
Magazine
absolutely.
in
I
the
was about to say
building.
that.
Yeah,
Shout out to the Light
out.
Hebrew Magazine, my
Yeah.
sis, man.
Yeah.
She amazing. She's so amazing.
That's Sister Delta. She do a lot of work, all the work in Yasharal and Israel, man. And what a light and what a great job she is doing for the people, man. So yeah, shouts out to Sister Delta. Love you too, sis. So man, before we go, I know I done said it like 4 times. who in the Bible? Pick anybody out in the Bible out.
Okay.
Besides the Most High and His Son, of course. That's
Got you.
obvious.
Got you.
Tell the people before we introduce your last song, which is I'm Yours. I'm sorry, Tapped In. Before we introduce Tapped In and Ride On Out. And once again, y'all, you'll be back with us tomorrow, right? On the regular show, right?
Yes, sir.
He'll be back tomorrow on the regular show at 8:30. Y'all know we're gonna go in tomorrow. We got some topics to talk about. You know we're gonna go in. But anyway, so besides the Most High and His Son, Solemn, tell the people in the Bible, who would you like most likely hang out with? Who would it be?
That's tough. That's a tough one, bro. It's so close. It's so many.
And it's so many. You got Abraham, Noah, Shem, Yakub. Who would it be for you, bro? That you just got to sit down and have brunch with and chop it up?
I would say Abraham coming as close second. Second.
Okay.
But I gotta go with my Paul. I gotta go with Paul. I feel like we got so much in common, and
right.
we have a lot to talk about and discuss.
Yes.
So
yes,
gotta go with Paul, man. Definitely gotta go
wow.
with Paul.
That's and I think most say Abraham. A lot say that. Come on, say Paul. Wow, because like you said, Paul was just like my first question to Paul would be like, what was the thorn, man? Tell me what the thorn was. What was the thorn? You paid 3 times for the Most High to remove that thing. What was the thorn? And also, what happened when you got bit by the viper? Like he would be. He had to tell me, okay, let me answer your questions, bro. You keep asking me, but I feel you on that though. Paul is just, far as the education, far as the knowledge and the zeal and passion that he had. I see why the similarities, that same zeal and passion. What would be one thing you ask him though? What would be one thing you would ask him?
I ask him, how do he do it? He says, I go to the Greek as a Greek, I go to the Jew as a Jew. I feel like I got a unique background being, in the Christian church until 2018, coming into the truth, but being associated with, what you would call like the mainstream big mean black Hebrew Israelites, right? That's what they name them. But then I got to the point where I was like, you know what, I don't want no association with any type of religion or group. I just gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, and I'm gonna serve the Most High. But now that I'm here, I can identify with both sides. I can identify with the Christian because I was a Christian. I can identify with the radical because I was a radical. You see what I'm saying? And being able to identify and relate to them, I can meet them where they are, help them get a better understanding of what the scriptures are actually talking about, and then we can all be those lights to go out. So that's what I would ask them. How do you truly do it? Because I done read your epistles, but how do you truly do it? Because he was out there working. He was putting in that work.
Listen, do you want to talk about putting in the work? That's why he was writing them letters. He was writing them epistles back to the folk. Like, listen, I'm hearing stuff. Don't have me to come back over there, y'all. Don't have me to get on this ship and come back over there. Like you said, how do you do it, man? Like, how did you manage to get them boys to act like, wow, that's good stuff, man. So yeah, there you have it, guys, man. It's been great. This has been an amazing, epic show as I knew it would be. Don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe. He'll be back tomorrow on the regular show. This has been an awesome time. Before you introduce the song, before we play the closing song, Tapped In, any last thing you want to say? Anything you want to say, brother?
Absolutely. This is probably one of my last, interviews for the Goat Killer album. Because if you listen to it, you know what I'm talking about.
Right,
After Goat Killer, you ain't gonna hear no more. I'm the best this, I'm the best that. But since we're still on Goat Killer,
Go ahead.
since the next song ain't get dropped just yet, I just want to let everybody know, go check out Goat Killer,
Yes.
right? And then I want to tell them, listen to who you actually listen to. Listen to your favorite rapper, your favorite MC, the music that you like, and ask yourself, are they really good? Because there's so many things to be a true MC in this game, and a lot of people they not hitting that bar.
Right.
They not hitting that bar. You got breath control. A lot of people don't think about that. Obviously, your pen game, how you write, are you rhyming? Is what you're saying actually going somewhere, right? Do you have a message in your words, right? Your flow, your cadence.
Right.
It's so many different things. Are you using metaphors, similes, alliteration?
Come on, man.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about.
So a lot. I say this because people listen to this song and they say, "Oh, I like that song," but I'm like, "Did you hear that song?"
Come on, man.
Check out "Dear Cole." In the second verse, I start off and I say, "It was the dream to be a movement, hard but remain fluent, like Einstein or Newton, with a lyrical intellect to decipher the pen's congruent. One of the best to do it. I'm blessed by the divine, a disciple of living fluid." Right? So if you really think about what I just said and break it down and write it on your paper, then go back to your favorite rapper and then see if they add up. You see what I'm saying? We killing out the goats, man. We killing all the goats.
Man, my brain hurt after that. Good, cause listen, that same bar you just dropped. When I heard the J. Cole, I was like, hold on, let me run that back again. Yeah, and see, once again, I rapped a little bit on Wonderland, but I can't rap, and it's just amazing to me, man. Like, people just think I rapped over dope beat, now I'm the GOAT. But like he said, go and listen to Goat Killer, and then go and listen to your favorite rapper. Every bullet point he just named, are they truly hitting that? Are they truly hitting it? Yeah. So with that being said, appreciate you, bro. We'll see you back tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Man, this has been a dope, epic show. Go ahead and introduce the last show. The last song, Tapped In, features Sinatra. Go ahead and introduce that song.
Absolutely. All praises to the Most High. May he be esteemed in all things. This right here is Tapped In, featuring my ox Sinatras. Check it out.
Yeah, let's get it. See y'all tomorrow. Peace and shalom.
Get there, and as I'm walking onto the court, I see Kobe Bryant. After I was done, I sat down. I looked down, I'm like, this guy's still working out? That game, he drops 40 on us. And after the game is over, I'm like, I have to ask this guy. Like, I have to understand why he works like that.
Right.
So after the game is over, I'm like, hey, Kobe, like, why were you in the gym for so long? He's like, because I saw you come in. And I wanted you to know that it doesn't matter how hard you work, that I'm willing to work harder than you.
Tapped in, yeah, we in a loop. Had to step outside, now we going back in. Got my troops, let it loose, fuck it choose, who are you? Tapped in, we making moves, got the juice, we never lose, yeah that's facts, man. It's the truth, Solemn. Let it loose, fuck it choose, who are you?
I'm with the OG, cause he never out of grace. Living in this law, so I'm never out of place. In the spirit with Sinatra, so you know we locked in. We working what you doing, so it's time to clock in. We got the juice like a boss. Messiah dead up on that cross. I'm undefeated since living in him. My L's lessons I never lost. God pen, so it shows when I spit. Always working on my craft, delivery hella lit. This flow is hella nice and it's over market price. You can be the GOAT, you getting gutted and sacrificed. Cut the check, I ain't talking Nike shoes. We tapped in Sinatras and profit is making moves.
Tapped in, yeah, we in a loop. Had to step outside, now we going back in. Got my troops, let it loose, fuck it choose, who are you? Tapped in, we making moves.
Okay,
got the juice,
Sinatras.
Facts, man.
Hey, Prophet, what up?
Let it loose,
Oh, we gon' talk now.
who are you?
Look. God's in me, I'm tapped in. Blessed now, my numbers got a comma in the back end. I mean, I just do the work, y'all not. Go crazy for them blue faces like I'm Christian Rock. Yeah, I started in the basement, big tigger. Now I leveled up. My career's doing 6 figures. Let's get it. Now me and Prophet bout to F the summer up. Like they credit cards no good, baby, we cutting up. Yeah. I know my city trigger happy, so I'm moving righteous. Circle smaller than a Twitter Abby. They opt in, we locked in. Sports in the flow, everything we do top 10, we tapped in.
We in a loop. Had to step outside, now we going back in. Got my troops, let it loose, fuck it choose. Who are you? Tapped in, we making moves. Got the juice, we never lose. Yeah, that's facts, man. It's the truth, let it loose, fuck it choose. Who are you?
Yeah, when you tapped into the Most High, when you tapped into yourself, everything you do, you tapped in, you locked in on everything. Yeah, Solemn Prophet, Sinatras. Yeah, he the only one that ain't on my list, you feel me? It's all love, that's why I had to get him. We killing ghosts together.